Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Sunday the 6th of March 2016, and we're asking the question, is Ted Kruz a Freemason? And does it matter whether he is or isn't? Yesterday's voting for the Republican nomination gave Ted Kruz decisive victories in Kansas and Maine, and now, having captured 6 states, Cruz is clearly the front-runner of the remaining candidates to challenge Donald Trump. Of the 1,237 delegates required to achieve the Republican nomination, and with 1,627 seats still available, Trump has 378 delegates, Cruz 295 delegates, Rubio 123 delegates, and Kasich 34 delegates. Clearly now, despite Rubio being the establishment candidate, Cruz is Trump's main challenger, and it is likely that Rubio and Kasich will drop out within the next 2 weeks. So this means there is a possibility, though an outside one, that Ted Cruz could win the party nomination. And if he does so and go on to become president, the question we're asking is, could this mean that we will have the first Masonic president since Gerald Ford and Lyndon Johnson? Now the jury is still out as to whether Cruz is in fact a Freemason, though he certainly appears to show the telltale signs that he is, such as his handshake with Donald Trump, his use of the hidden hand during the playing of the national anthem, thereby suggesting he may be a master of the second veil, and even the pyramid sign made with his hands at a number of events. If he is a Mason, then he would be in good company, should he become president, as the following past presidents were members of that organization. George Washington, president from 1789 to 97, was a third-degree Mason. James Monroe, from 1817 to 1825, a first-degree Mason. Andrew Jackson, from 1829 to 1837, was the Grand Master of Tennessee Masons. James Polk, president from 1845 to 49, was a Master Mason and exalted to Royal Arch. James Buchanan, from 1857 to 1861, was the Deputy Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania. Andrew Johnson, president from 1865 to 69, was a Master Mason, member of Royal Arch, and a Knights Templar. James Garfield, president from 1881 to 1881, only serving 1 year, was a Master Mason, Royal Arch member, and Knights Templar, and 14th degree in the Scottish Rite. William McKinley, President 1897 to 1901, was Master Mason and Knights Templar. Theodore Roosevelt, 1901 to 1909, was a Master Mason. So too was William Taft, President from 1909 to 1913. Warren Harding, 1921 to 23, Master Mason, Royal Arch Chapter Companion, Knights Templar, and Shriners. Franklin Roosevelt, 1933 to 45, was a Master Mason and Shriner. Harry Truman, from 45 to 53, was the Grand Master of Missouri. And Gerald Ford, President from 74 to 77, was the Sovereign Grand Inspector General, 33 third degree, and honorary member of the Supreme Council of the Northern Jurisdiction at the Academy of Music in Philadelphia, for which he served as exemplar. He also became a past honorary Grand Master, receiving his collar and jewel on October the 24th, 1978, in Topeka, Kansas. And Lyndon B Johnson, president from 63 to 69, was initiated a Mason in 1937 in Johnson's City Lodge, Texas, but did not advance beyond the stage of Fellowcraft, which is a second-degree Mason, and therefore did not complete his third degree to become a Master Mason. Surprisingly to many, the Bushes weren't mentioned, and this is because there's actually no registration documents available to show that they were or are Freemasons. Members of Skull and Bones, yes, but Freemasons, no. So what are your thoughts? Is Cruz a Freemason? If he is or is not, does it really make a difference? Let's hear from you, and politely, please. We hope you found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumb up and share it on Twitter. Also, kindly visit our website at www.illuminatisilver.com and look at our Facebook page, which is updated daily at www.facebook.com/IlluminatiSilver. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice, and merely represent the personal views of its owners.